Every time I play a gig, I learn something, you know.
Like when you first started playing, and then next thing you know, you're playing Sunfest, you know.
Right.
I mean, like look where it goes. But
Slowly
how
but
many
surely.
years did it take you that you?
Let's not talk about that.
Take you by the scene, it's what we're doing. Come and check it out, it's what we're all about. 561 Music!
Welcome to 561 Music. My name's Ben.
And I'm Hector.
How are you, mate?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. You came dressed very smart today.
As opposed to what, dumb? I
No,
mean-
just a little, collared shirt. What have you been up to?
My daughter graduated today, man. Yeah, so I'm officially old, and that's that. So I can die now.
I just realized that smart doesn't mean the same thing, does it? Smart,
does.
and it does?
It does.
Okay.
It
cool.
does. I'm just busting your balls because I can.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's
I
easy.
feel like it's been a while since I busted your balls. So.
Consider the
Why
balls
not?
busted.
Why not?
Yeah, man. So what have we been doing? We did play last weekend, but I can't remember where it was.
Just Das.
Oh, that's right.
Because you had a no-name ska band show on Saturday
Yes,
for
that's
the
right.
100th anniversary of the, what's the house name that Dada is in?
I can't remember what the name of the house is, but it was really cool though. It
Yeah.
was it was actually awesome. It was raining when we got there,
Yeah.
and we were all worried it was gonna, completely kill the gig. But no, a bunch of
Yeah.
people came, including you.
Yeah, no, it rained. I mean, and it rained while you guys were playing. I mean, but it was fun, man. It was a
Yeah.
good gig. It was a good gig. It was a really good gig. It was a lot of people there.
I know. I felt like super grateful. I mean, that band doesn't get together very often. Twice a year if we're lucky.
Yeah,
And I think that's a great example of like if you don't oversaturate playing, a lot of people show up for it.
yeah.
It's kind of like the same trick as the last tour ever type thing. You know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
mean, yeah, exactly. The last tour again.
Yeah,
That was like the
No effects.
the Nirvana tribute that I was in with Justin. For a little while, I don't remember if this was when Justin joined or if it was prior to Justin, but we were playing like a lot in the area, and we were doing a lot of like club shows, so they were free. And we got people out because it was interesting to them or whatever. We got people out, but yeah, when we started doing like 3-4 shows a year, and we were doing paid shows at like Kelsey Theater and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man, we were selling it out, 500 people.
Yeah, man.
It was fun.
Totally.
It
If you're
was really fun.
strategic about these things, it can
Yeah,
make a
for
big
sure.
difference. I miss the Kelsey Theatre.
I do miss Kelsey Theater. I saw somebody posting about it today that they used
Yeah.
to do a bunch of stuff
And
there.
Ruby, yeah.
She used to do a bunch of stuff there, which she did. I mean, I've been to a bunch of her productions there, and I do miss the Kelsey, man.
Yeah.
It is now a, I don't know if you've been by it lately. It is now like a boxing MMA type training facility.
Oh, I remember they had they've been having some interesting stuff going on there.
Yeah, it's literally, that's all it is now. It's a gym, basically. It's a boxing MMA kind of training facility now.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, which is a shame.
It is a shame. It's not like we're exactly bristling with music venues,
No. And it was a very unique music venue because it was an indoor venue with a nice big stage, and it actually had a for real sound system set up, and it had the nice booth in the back up the top where they did the lighting, and the sound person was up there and stuff. So I mean, like, it was a legit venue. It wasn't, it was a nice theater. It was a legit venue. It wasn't just some bar with a stage.
Yeah. No, totally. Well.
So be it.
What you gonna do at some point? I don't know. It's one of those pipe dreams to set up the music venue. The problem is though, with us playing music so often, I don't know how we'd do it. But I'd love to set up a music venue.
We just become the house band. That's all.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, the Cuban Clover.
There you go, man.
So
There you
yeah, Hector thought of a name for a bar you could set up called the Cuban Clover, and then we started to write a song by the same name. We should still do that, I think.
go. I don't know, maybe.
Well, fine. Well, we have Rise to Escape with us. We got Carlos, Frankie Beats, and Zane with us. How's it going, guys?
What's going on? What's going on?
Very well.
Thanks for having us, man.
Oh no,
Nice to be here.
it's our pleasure. Thanks for coming. I know that we're missing Ryan, who apparently does not go by Ryan, goes by Bombay. So yeah, apparently we're missing him, which is a terrible shame. He couldn't make it today, but you're here in spirit, bud, and thanks for
Exactly.
letting the rest of the band come.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and also, Patrick plays with you sometimes, and he's played with us as well. He's played with a few different people.
Oh, yeah. He's
great
all over the
keys
place.
player.
He's
Yeah.
a musical whore.
Yeah,
And
let's
so
not
is
talk,
Ben.
not talk about that too much. May share certain DNA.
I
with
mean,
that
down
guy.
in South Florida, finding a good keyboardist and somebody that plays horns is like finding a unicorn, especially one that does both. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, you're not wrong. And someone who wants that to be their role as well, because that's another thing. Because there are people out there who play keyboards, but they're not like got the keyboard and amp ready to gig.
Right.
Like that's having someone that specializes in that is kind of rare and useful. So thank you, Patrick.
Yes, thank you, Patrick.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the formulation of the band? How long have you guys been a band?
So me and Frankie actually been playing, I don't know, probably 15 years, 16 years. We met over in Deerfield Beach local, so we met over there, surfing all the time. And he comes over one day, and I got a drum kit set up in my living room. He's like, oh, I play the drums. I'm like, well, let's fucking jam. And
yeah, cool.
so that's how we started. Just started throwing house parties and, the regular surfer guys rocking out, playing Sublime and all that.
That's
Surf
awesome.
all day, jam at night.
So how come you had a drum kit set up in your living room? Is that your drum kit?
Well, yeah, back in the day, I was, in college. I had drum kit, keyboard. I mean, I still have the same thing now, just, with my wife and everything. It's in a little corner. So.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I get the electric drum set, too, because, I had to put headphones on. She doesn't want all that banging and everything.
I can relate to that. Yeah, I would like to say that I'm relegated to one room in the house, but it's not really true. It kind of bleeds into the rest of the house.
Exactly. Yep. And then my kid's big on playing too, so she's
really?
gonna have to deal with two of us soon. So.
So do you play? I mean, do you play all that stuff? You play keyboards and drums?
Yeah. I've been pretty musical my whole life. My dad was a big time drummer back in the day.
Yeah, he's a great drummer. Carlo played drums.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
my mom pianist and my sister singer, and so everybody in the family was pretty musical. And
Nice.
What kind of music did you grow up listening to?
with my dad, the old rock, Jimi Hendrix and Doobie Brothers and stuff like that. So as soon as I got my first guitar and he went out and bought a drum set, he's like, all right, let's do this. And we just started all playing together and it was rocking out. It was great.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get back to the formulation of the band. So you guys, Frankie and I'm going to call you Carlito for the rest of the episode.
There you go. That works.
So you two guys. You two guys, is that how it started? You two guys, or
we always wanted to try to find like a nice group that we play with a lot of different singers that would come back and forth.
Bass players, we had we had a lot of people come through that we played with, Scott and just female singers that we played with and other guitar players, and we always had a place to play. And
neat.
But then once 2020 hit, everything shut down. So we're like, okay, this is our only place to play music. There's no live music anywhere. And then Ryan comes over out of nowhere one day, and he actually came over with another guy that wanted to sing with the band. And then Ryan just starts freestyling. I was like, bro, come on, man, let's do this. Like,
yeah, that's cool.
And then it stuck around. And then
someone who can freestyle well is rare. There's lots of people who freestyle. Not that many people who freestyle well.
Right. No, yeah, this guy he's a lyrical genius for sure.
Yeah.
And then probably about a year after that, we're still looking for different members, try to complete the pact. And then we run into Zay. I was actually playing with another band, Blaze Roots. You featured us for the a cover band of the week like a year ago.
Yeah, okay.
That was another band I was playing with on the side. And so he comes and plays a little bit, and I was like, dude, no, you don't belong in Blaze Roots, bro. I got a perfect project for you, man. Like,
nice.
And so he came in and just dropped that bass nice and loud. And
amazing bass player.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear it. It sounds fantastic. So how long have you guys been writing and recording?
I want to say probably now, maybe like a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah. We got like 4 songs out now, and just got more in the works.
What's the approach to it? Do you write a song, record it, and release it, or have you written a bunch and you're just recording and releasing them one at a time?
So I guess over time, I've always just accumulated different riffs and rhythms and just, stuff that I liked playing that we played all the time with other singers. And then just Ryan was able to take his songs that he already had and they just kind of matched up really well. And
nice.
I think Ryan had his own lyrics from other things that he did and then kind of meshed it into what we played.
Sure, yeah.
And it just
which is pretty rare to find.
You know?
They just all kind of fit, and so I mean, it sounds great from what I mean. At least I think so.
I think so too. It sounds fantastic. Okay, so it's when it comes to what I meant is like when it comes to. Is there like a plan where you already have a bunch of stuff written and you're releasing one at a time? Or is it like you'll write and record a song and then you'll do the next one and then you'll do the next one? Like how are you going about it?
So I guess at this point now everything's starting to kind of jumble together because I was like a closet producer. I was never like, oh, I'm going to start writing music and releasing it. I was like, oh, I'm just doing that for myself.
Yeah.
But then the songs just started coming so quickly because he already had all the lyrics. So
you've got a bunch of originals like that.
Either other singers have even written their own words to it and everything. But so now we're at the point where we're just taking the songs that I do have recorded and then his vocals already recorded and just try to integrate them together. And if it fits. If not, then fuck.
Yeah, gotcha. That's cool.
Playing it by ear, basically, like just trying to learn as you go.
Yeah.
I mean,
a lot of the stuff too, we just sit there and just free jam, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh wow, okay, that's something like
we'll
great.
Take that.
Like,
we just did last week when we practiced, we messed around with a whole different type of style of music that we never really. A little bit more slower.
Oh, nice.
And it's now that'll be something that we'll probably work on the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
see where it goes.
Yeah, it's important to remain open-minded with all of this kind of stuff. When it comes to playing live, how do you approach a live set? Is there periods of like improvisation in it, or is it very regimented?
So we do have a couple of songs that are pretty written, set in stone. But I want to say probably about half of our originals right now, we just kind of stick to the chords and then just let Ryan go.
Gotcha.
Same thing with the solos. I mean, I don't think really my solo guitar solos have really ever really been the same. And I mean, sometimes that can backfire and I totally screw it up on stage. But I mean, as long as everyone's drunk and they don't notice, it's
So when it comes to when it comes to like sort of Ryan freestyling like that, is he starting with the same like? Is there a general theme for each song, or is it just like literally whatever comes into his head for each tune?
I feel like most of the song, all the songs, there is definitely a theme.
There's a theme.
And he always sticks to it. So everything he's rapping about or telling a story about, as he likes to put it, is usually the same.
But
it just might be a little different depending on his mood. And
that's awesome.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, it's I've been in bands like that before, and it's fun, like being able to jam and freestyle and stuff.
Well, it keeps it interesting,
Oh yeah,
you go see people come see you more than once, and they don't get the same show twice.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I feel like in the beginning we were like, oh, okay, we gotta have some kind of structure to it, and then we were just fighting that. No, we gotta structure. So we were just like, you know what, let's just play and see where it goes and let that beast loose, and it's been working out. Everyone has fun at shows, and
nice.
It's on the job training. We're learning as we go.
You do learn as you go, and I think that you never really stop learning either. Like that's what I've found. I've been doing this forever, and I still feel like every time I play a gig, I learn something.
Like when you first started playing, and then next thing you know, you're playing Sunfest.
Right?
I mean, like look where it goes. But
slowly,
how many years did it take you that you?
Let's not talk about that.
It only took me like 3.
I don't think I have that kind of time in my life anymore.
Are your gigs when you guys are playing? Are you playing like an original set, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, that type of thing, or are you filling a night somewhere 3-4 hours with covers and all that kind of stuff?
I think most of the time we're playing like 35. And I think this show coming up though we're playing almost 2 hours.
Okay,
but that's almost like a first, I think, for us for playing that long.
Yeah, I mean, we've done a couple where it's like, okay, let's. I mean, it's the only way to really, if you're trying to make money, then you got to go to that bar and the 3-4 hour set, and then you're waking up next morning, you can't even feel your lower back, and especially, I mean, don't let me fool you. I'm almost 40, bro. And playing that long, like I'll wake up very sore.
You get used to it, don't worry. We do it like a couple of times a week, and you start to.
Yeah, I mean, I like the short sets where everything's backlined, and you just go in, have fun, hang out with everyone, listen to all the other bands, and
For being the drummer, I love the back line.
Yeah,
shout out with my cymbals and my
Mad
sticks.
Mellow and Not Spices because we do it for the scene a lot too. Like it's like really, it's the love for the, the passion for being around people that like are like-minded. That we kind of feel that energy together. You know what I'm saying?
So but tell me a little bit about your experience with the local scene. Like which bands do you like, and who do you find yourself playing with, and what's your whole opinion of how the scene is down here?
I love Bad Mellow. They're awesome. Emily's the nicest girl ever.
She's a sweetheart.
She's a sweetheart, man.
Ricky's amazing.
I hate that guy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Ricky. Love you.
That's actually who we reached out to first. Was a guy from the scene. I don't know if you guys met David Shaw. He's always going to local shows.
Yeah.
So he reached out and said, "Oh, hit up Ricky. Like he does a lot of organizing down here." So I was like, "All right." And so I hit him up. He got us on our first show in what's it? Yacht Club.
Yacht
Club.
Yeah, we've done that before.
Okay. And then from that point, we just started networking and meeting, and we've been pretty consistent.
Stony Vibes.
Stony Vibes.
Andy, the Buck Stops here. He was when we started out. He was awesome.
It seems to be pretty consistent. There's a lot of bands that have a lot of talent that are underrated.
For sure.
Down here.
Yes.
I mean, that's why we're on our 4th year of this show, man. It's just it started out as let's do this for fun and we'll get a few bands on here, and here we are 4 years later, almost 4 years later, and it's just like week after week we just get bands on here and bands on here and bands on here, and we're like, hey, are we going to run out of bands? And it just doesn't seem like we're running out of bands. There's just a wealth of talent here in South Florida that's untapped,
100%. Could you tell me a little bit about your method of recording? Just curious about that.
So I'm pretty new to it. I would say 3-4 years into it, and his brother actually just when he built that music studio, he just started buying equipment left and right, and so I was like, oh, you know what? Let me just YouTube everything and have fun with it, because he lives like right down the street. So
it's amazing what you can do these days with a little bit of internet research and some mics and like a door.
I mean, I honestly never thought like any of my stuff would actually sound decent to put on Amazon, but now listening to it, I'm like, wow, this actually sounds pretty fucking good. Like,
sounds great. Do you master it in house or?
I do. I have been. Now I'm kind of looking to have somebody else do it because I kind of just want to take it to the next level. Because by mastering, like I said, YouTube and copy and paste.
Yeah, we are looking for a producer. We're at that point where we've been producing a lot of our stuff in house, but now that we're a little bit more adept at knowing what kind of sound we're after. We are like actively kind of for the first time looking out for producers and things like that.
Somebody that can actually mix it properly. And all that.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
But we record basically everything in the garage, and
we're a garage band.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's my brother. Thank you, Phil, for all the houses that you've bought over the years. And
no, everyone's got to practice somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool room too because it's got the tan carpet. It reminds me of Dumb and Dumber, the van back in the day.
God,
like it's the same color, so you're basically like walking into it. Yeah, we all built it. Everybody grabbed the hammer.
We all grabbed the hammer.
What software are you guys using to?
So I switched over to Logic maybe like 2 years ago. I was using Ableton for a while.
That was, in my opinion, it's a good move to go over to Logic. You can do a bit more.
It was definitely easier. But I mean, I wouldn't use the word easier. It just had so many more.
Makes more sense.
Yeah. Definitely.
Ableton has some weird stuff about it. I quite like it though. I don't know. Yeah, it's just different.
I feel like Ableton would be more for like DJs or people that are playing like that kind of, I guess, EDC
because
kind of
like the new project is literally called New Live Set. You know what I mean? It's like, I've recently been using Ableton because someone I know uses it, and so I had to keep up with them on it. And it's fun when you use different gear. Just the using of the gear ends up making the music sound different. Like even just using a different DAW, it has like slightly different effects. It has like a slightly different sound, the way it sums everything together. And so I don't know, like I think the variety in that regard, even just when it comes down to what DAW you're using, can be a creative thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Like I respect the fact that you've been working on it yourself. I do a similar thing. I do record other bands too, but I just learned it from blood, sweat, and tears, you know,
Right.
sitting there for hours and hours on end.
Well,
But-
now we know who we're going to mix and master our shit then.
Hey, dude, I love mixing reggae. You go, send me some stems. I'll send you something back and you tell me what you
Let's
think.
do it, man.
Got plenty of stuff.
Hell yeah. Well, on that note, why don't we have a bit of a listen to you guys playing something? Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
No, Lord.
We're on Instagram, YouTube. We're on AOL. Take care.
Oasis Root Kava Bar is in Sea Grape Square on Indiantown Road. and it is a kava bar. If you don't know anything about kava, it's a Polynesian root that you grind up and you mix with water, and it has been in Polynesia for potentially thousands of years. It's an old thing that they used for ceremonial and also sort of leisure purposes. It's meant to be something that brings people together. You all take a shell of kava and chink them together and say bula and have it together like that. It's meant to be something to bring people together. It has a kind of an effect, which is, I guess, a kind of a slightly warming effect. It just kind of makes you feel nice. It's not particularly intoxicating. It's not like drinking alcohol. So the atmosphere in a kava bar is sort of like a cross between a regular bar and a coffee house. It's pretty chill in there. You get all sorts of different types of kava bars. Some of them are more like a club, there's sort of like black light and EDM playing. And some of them are more like a cafe. This is one of the cafe type of ones. It's super chill in there. If you're looking for somewhere to, I don't know, maybe go and do some work on your laptop or go and have a chat with friends, it's perfect for that kind of thing. There's a foosball table in there if that's your jam, or baby foot as they call it in France. And yeah, Jim, the owner, is a really cool guy, and he has very kindly sponsored our podcast. So thank you very, very much for that, Jim. They also do a poker night in there, all sorts of things going on at Oasis Root Kava Bar. 561 Music is sponsored by Live Music Community. It's where we film the podcast that you're listening to right now, and it's also where I work. Gavin, Hector's son, was a student here for a long time, and in many ways he's the musician he is today because of the teachers at Live Music Community. We taught him not only about his instrument, but also about being in a band, and his band, Unemployed Youth, accomplished a lot of goals, mostly band etiquette, how to work together, and all of the nitty-gritty that goes into being in a band on a day-to-day basis. The student signs up for lessons, learns their instrument, joins a real band, and decides the direction it goes in. And we can take people from very young age, 6 or 7 years old, all the way up to 80. There's no age limit here. We run an adult program for people who want to be in a band as adults, but really the main focus is on the kids and getting them playing together and in bands. We are also a studio, a live stream venue. We can record audio or video. We can record albums. We can help you with your EPK, and we have full audio visual capabilities here. LMC is in Palm Beach Gardens on the northwest corner of Military Trail and North Lake Boulevard. And if you go to livemusiccommunity.com, you have all the information you'll need right there. All right, so we've just been listening to an ad for Live Music Community. We do this every week, and it's one of my favorite parts of the show because people sometimes say some very wise stuff. No pressure. But do you have any advice for upcoming musicians?
I would just say, if it's something you love doing, just go with it. I mean, like I said, I was always kind of a closet musician, never really put myself out there. Rounding 40, it's a little odd to start now, but I'm loving every minute of it. And, whether you're 7 years old or 70 years old, just if you love doing it, just get out there and do it, man.
Yeah, well said, man. Why don't we go around the table?
For me, obviously, so I've never had drum lessons, and they hate when I say this. So I don't really know how to play the drums.
Okay.
I've self-taught. So my advice would be, if you want to learn it, take lessons, learn the instrument. Definitely, that's a great way to go. Or do what I did, and you can just play, man. Just listen to records at home, play with friends, and then just enjoy it and have fun.
Absolutely.
There's two ways to go. Take it the dead serious way, or the semi-serious way, and do what you can. But
no, I get it.
Play if you like it. Play.
The first teacher on earth didn't have a teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
He just figured it out himself, So I think that you're
never thought about that.
But these days you can teach yourself all sorts of things, and YouTube and everything like that.
There's a lot of tools out there.
There are. I think it's definitely help. The thing that I like about having a teacher is the accountability. It gets you better faster because But yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. Just play, get out there and play.
That's.
What about you, Zay?
So for me, I like to refer to Will I Am of the Black Eyed Peas. Obviously, we're all very familiar. Very famous quote he said was, "An innovator is somebody that constantly disrupts."
Oh, right.
So when you look around at what you're doing, innovation. I believe the key to innovation is disruptiveness.
Sure.
You're not disrupting, you're not innovating.
Sure, yeah. It's like, that's art. You want to make people think, make people stop and
Absolutely.
look. Yeah. No doubt about it. Because there's definitely a difference between like art and entertainment.
Sure.
And sometimes they blend together. And but then you got the extremes of both.
I had an art teacher years ago, like 118 years ago. She used to tell me about our artwork. We were painting class, and she used to tell us if it doesn't invoke a reaction, if it doesn't invoke an emotion, it's not really art. It's just a drawing. It's just a painting.
I mean, even if the emotion is, good God, that's a terrible painting.
Oh yeah, no. And she was a big big proponent of it doesn't matter what the emotion is, good or bad. If somebody stands in front of your painting and goes, I want to cry, I want to laugh, I love this, whatever, great. And if somebody stands in front of it and goes, this is the most god awful thing I've ever seen in my life, it's still an emotion, it's still a reaction.
Absolutely. We have a song called Rise of the Machines. And that song, it speaks to the core of what's going on today in society,
Excellent.
And it's definitely not the most comfortable topic, but at the same time, everyone that hears the song and, relates with the lyrics, that, it's a new era of knowledge that's dawning for man.
It is. It's a scary time. It's an exciting time at the same time.
I wouldn't say scary.
Or it's the art like Yoko Ono. She could sit there and scream.
Yeah.
And people could find it art, or they could look at it and be like, what is she doing? Like, it's
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought
you
it
know
was
Yoko Ono?
Oh, Yoko.
Oh, Yoko.
So we just listened to a tune that you guys played over at the Northwood Art Garage. Could you tell me a little bit about it?
So that song's called Made You Better. That's one of the songs that, saying that where we have the chorus established. However, we just I wouldn't say let, because he just goes off. Whether
you let him or not.
Ryan will just kind of improvise on the verses, and although he does stick to the same storylines as he likes to put it, every time it's different, exciting, and
very catchy.
Yeah, very catchy, especially with that chorus. I wish he was here to kind of more explain what he was thinking.
She was good. I made her better, and now she's great.
Now she's great.
Very simple. The best songs a lot of the times in history, right? Very simple, very catchy.
100%.
And those lyrics, she was good. I made her. She was good. I made her better, and now she's great.
That's awesome. We're not going anywhere. So if we ever need to get into a real conversation with Ryan about lyrics, we're gonna have you guys back on. I'm not too worried about that. But can you tell us a little bit about how you approach social media with the band?
So I started basically just doing on Instagram, just kind of posting videos, and I mean that algorithm is a fucking bitch. Like I can't, you start posting videos of TikTok and all that. Sometimes you'll get 20 views, and other times you'll get like 2,500 views. It's like, what the hell? There's other videos.
There's a trick to that, man.
Don't post. I put a video about my dog here, like a million views.
I was just gonna say, there's a trick to it. Don't post anything about the band, because that'll only get 3 views. Post pictures of your dog, it'll go viral.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My kid gets more likes and views on stupid surfing videos than anything like that.
My dog's TikTok is doing amazing, so that's great for him. But
my daughter challenged me to go viral. I don't know, what was it, like 6 months ago or something, or whatever. She's like, I bet I'll go viral before you. And there's no way. And I started posting all these art videos and things of my artwork and stuff. And I had whatever it was, a few thousand, and that was it. She posted one video, and it was her doing like a makeup tutorial. And in all fairness, she does exceptional makeup. And so she did like this makeup tutorial, and literally overnight she had over 1 million views. And then I was like, oh, that was a freak, fluke or whatever. It's never going to happen again. And like the next day she posted a video, and it was like how to accessorize her outfit or something. And literally again, she had over 1 million views. I'm like, I hate you.
You need to put your music in the background of her videos.
I need to.
Now she's monetized, and you can retire, bro.
If only, man.
Facebook has started paying me to post, but it is the most hilariously small amount of money. I'm not going to become a millionaire from there, I don't think. It's pretty cool, though. I feel like I'm like a I'm like an entry level influencer.
There you go.
Now you can put as your job on there. You can put digital creator.
I know, yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's hysterical. I've been trying to think about what to do. I wanted to do some maybe like short guitar lessons, but then it's like I'm not sure I've got enough hours in the day to be doing all the filming and everything. I might just have to keep doing whatever I was doing, which is just saying how I feel with a stupid picture seemed to work. And so just stick to that. So, are you getting into that whole thing of like posting at certain times of the day? And then
So I tried to start doing that. I just really couldn't figure it out. So I just kind of went random with it and just, whatever music videos or performance videos we have, I'll try to crop it up. If I see one that was kind of hitting, I'll kind of maybe repost it with a different bit of the song or, just try to promote the song as much as possible.
Well, that's cool. You are thinking about it then. Yeah. Do you ever buy advertising?
We were actually just thinking about it with the new songs coming out. We're like, okay, maybe we should do a little more marketing. I know he knows a lot more into that.
Yeah, well, we did really well with what Carlo was starting to post at the beginning because we ended up, one of the things that we did that ended up kind of like defining the beginning of our band was that we went out on a pontoon. We went out in the middle of Lake Boca and we went from the intercoastal and we played for everybody that was around on the water with equipment, a generator, all that. So all those videos got thousands and thousands and thousands of views, and then the next videos coming up, it was like, it's hard to top that because how often do you do something like that?
That was a pretty cool thing on that boat. Our friend Spencer took us out around Lake Boca, and like literally every boat had cameras out, and every house we passed by was in the backyard taking videos. And I thought cool. We would have saw something of that online.
They do a similar thing sometimes in Jupiter. I can't remember, like on the sandbar out there, they sometimes have a band. Like
they do. They do, yeah. And they do something on Peanut Island, too, sometimes. I think about once a year they throw a big bash, and then I think Spread the Dubs played out there a few times now where they put a barge basically out there, and they play on the barge on the sandbar at Peanut Island.
But it's like it's a different crowd in Jupiter, right? Because it's more like
for sure.
It's a whole nother world over there.
You know
what I mean? You have more of like I feel like an older type of demographic out there.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I get what you're saying though about the everybody had their phones out. And you expected it to expected to see it, but I mean it happens all the time. I do street painting and stuff, and so I do like the 3D chalk art and stuff. Sometimes I'm at a festival and there's literally 100,000 people walking past over the course of the weekend, and every single person that's walking by has got their phone out and they're taking pictures and they're taking videos and whatever. I'm talking tens of thousands of people. I might see 3-4 posts, people that were like, "Oh, I saw this weekend." I'm like, "How does that all I saw?" Like, surely I'm out there, and I probably am. I just can't find them.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they're just languishing somewhere in the depths of these people's phones.
It's in the cloud. It's in the cloud.
It's in the cloud. Whatever the hell that is. Yeah.
And what do you guys got coming up? What's coming up?
So our most recent show we got coming up is this Friday over at Northwood. We're going to be playing with Not Spices for the first time. They're a really badass hip hop band.
Shout out to Steve-O.
Oh yeah,
cool. Steve-O.
Our second time with them. We just played with them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we did play with them. All right. First time we're playing our own show with them.
Yeah. That's neat. What time?
So we're music starts at 7:30. Doors open at 7. It's only $5 at the door.
Okay.
Over at Northwood over here in Palm Beach. And probably be playing till about 10:30, 10:45. It's just the two bands playing, so
wicked.
Both bands get a nice amount of time, about an hour.
We're playing with though. Really awesome.
Yeah, they are good.
Not Spicy.
Yeah, their beats are
very,
just
very
insane.
talented.
They're so tight.
Insanely talented.
Is it do they have live elements or is it DJ and MC?
No, man.
No, it's all live bands.
Yeah.
Sick.
They almost
their drummers
like,
sick.
They're like Rage Against the Machine meets. I want to say almost like Rage Against the Machine.
He's almost like Eminem sometimes.
Okay, we got to get those guys.
I would think more like I don't know.
You got to get them on.
Definitely
Get them
Heroes.
Or
Yeah.
Right.
That's a little more like that.
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds cool, man. I'll definitely look them up and we got to have them come on here and we can chat to them. They sound awesome.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, cool. What is there anything else coming out? You got any more other gigs?
So then I think after that we're actually playing at what's it called? Tough Times next Friday.
Okay.
Down south.
Yeah, with our buddy.
Keith was telling me about that, and I think. Do you know is putting that gig on? Because I have a weird feeling Ricky was asking me about it a couple of weeks ago. He's not playing. I know that.
Ricky's not playing. He messaged us like not last minute, but a couple of weeks ago. And it's like, oh, do you want to play with Stony Fools?
Okay, so he did reach
Ricky
out
was
about
probably
that gig.
involved. Yeah.
Okay, because that's what I thought. Because he reached out to me about 2 weeks ago about it, and then I was talking to my friend Keith, and we were getting really confused because he's not actually on the gig. But it was okay. That makes sense.
Ricky puts on some shows down there every now and then. Yeah.
And then
There's a few different people that do that.
What was crazy is up in the Sublime show that just happened in Orlando. I met this band from Miami called Fuacata. And
We've had them on here.
So I just found out they're
sick,
playing
dude.
with us next Friday also. So I was like, oh my God, they're like.
Have you heard them live?
That was my first time up in Orlando.
They're sick, dude.
Oh, dude, it was insane. Like,
Yeah, they were a lot of fun, but they've been on this podcast. I love those guys.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they're fun.
You know, there's that element of the scene too where you got to earn your spot, right? Like a lot of these bands that we're starting to play with are playing some of the places or have been playing some of the venues that we're striving to play at.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the point where we're at, where we're starting to kind of mess with the bands that have hit already some of the milestones that we're gunning to hit.
Yeah, for sure.
Carlos' always dream was to play like on a bigger stage.
Yeah, I just want to get a big stage. You don't have to pay me, man. Just let me play.
Yeah. Like I would love to play Terra Firmata.
Oh man,
I see so many shows at Terra Firmata.
No, I hear that, man. And it is, it is fun and great feeling playing on a big stage. So, just keep at it. It'll happen.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing you got to do is not stop.
Yeah.
Because the journey is the destination. Make sure you're enjoying yourself and that you like the music you're playing and the people you're playing it with, and B, the one way to be successful in music is to just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep doing it and keep trying to do it the best you can, and then there's no, unless something really weird happens, you'll end up having a fun career out of it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, seems to be the way. Just don't stop.
Yeah.
As Ben says, enjoy the journey. I mean,
Yeah.
playing the big stages is nice. We've done it as Killbillies a few times. I've done it in some other bands. Ben's done it a whole lot more with touring and stuff with Sonic Boom 6. And I'm not saying playing the big stage is not nice, but a lot of times, you're like, oh man, I'm going to play this big stage or whatever. And it's the anticipation and the journey that you enjoy more than the actual act of playing the big stage. You get off the big stage and you're like, oh, okay, I did it, but it's over.
I never thought I'd play in front of strangers.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So the one thing that I had left is there anything else left on the table that we need to talk about? Have you got any releases coming out or anything like that?
So we are working on 2 songs that we have played live. One's called Turn Up. It's actually, it kind of strays off our reggae, hip-hop, gets a little punk rock, and then a little, I don't know, maybe thrasher at the end. That's where this guy, he comes from a punk rock background. So when we tell him, hey man, go nuts and play some punk rock,
I grew up on Black Flag, Minor Threat, Social Distortion, Operation No Effects and stuff like that.
For sure, man.
So that's one song we're currently recording, and then another one. It's a really motivating song that Ryan wrote called Savior. It's going to be an acoustic. We're going to release it acoustic first, and then we're a couple months down the line we'll release like the full band. But no, that one's probably going to be out, I want to say, in about 3 weeks or so. We were trying to get it out for this show coming up, but, just between day lives and everything.
Sure.
Yeah. No, it's tough. Right now, I've got a single from my ska band, Nina's Yard Party. Actually, Hector's in that band too. And the person who's doing the rap at the end of it is just dragging his feet. He'll get there eventually. We'll have him on it. But I'm just like, come on. I really want to release that. Because the problem is, once it's all done and a nice package, you still have to wait a couple of weeks to, before you release it. Otherwise it doesn't, you don't get a proper run up on it. But it is what it is. At this point, I'm thinking I might just release a different song. Anyway, thanks so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure. You guys are a great band, and also Troopers, because you came on without your lead singer, which is super cool and kind of you, and ballsy, and
we'll definitely get you guys back on. We'll get the full the full band back on, man.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, man.
Yeah, with
a little acoustic set.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
You got any?
Thanks for having us, man.
Pearls of wisdom before we get out of here.
Yeah, I'm going back to Hawaii, and I'm just not coming back.
That's great wisdom. I'm gonna take that.
Hopping in the briefcase. Let me get in the briefcase, bro.
I was hoping you would say it's not easy being green.
Yeah, that too. No, we got a lot of gigs this weekend, man.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The scene's growing out here, man.
What do we got? We got O'Shea's on Friday.
O'Shea's on Friday.
You and James have Square Grouper on Saturday.
And then Patty
Max on Saturday.
Yeah. That's it, right? We don't have one on Sunday.
Yeah, and it's a holiday weekend, so I'm probably just going to go to Disney World Sunday, because that's what you do as a Floridian.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm not a Floridian. I'm getting there now, but I'm not from here. But I've never been there.
You should come.
That goes right back. This goes right back to what I was talking
Floridian. Come with us on Sunday.
With Jupiter, my dad loves a Square Grouper. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's a great spot.
A lot of bars.
These guys do. James, the other guy that's in the Killbillies with us, and Ben, they do a duo there every other Saturday, I guess.
Yeah.
3 to 6, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, every other Saturday they do a duo 3 to 6, and I've been out there a couple times while they're doing it. It just, the place gets packed. It's it's fun. It's fun, man. It's a cool stage.
I've been playing the Square Grouper for like 12 years or something.
Awesome place.
Been playing there a long time, and I love it. I love the people who run. I love all the staff. They kind of feel like family now. I've been there so long. It's the same with Paddy Max, man. Like we play in Palmage Gardens. Those guys are like members of the family.
Those guys are family at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And O'Shea's, really. We've been around for a while. But listen, you guys are great. You're kind of still at the beginning of the whole journey of it, and I wish you the best of luck. Not that you need it, because you're great. You just got to, get out there and put the work in, and we'll see you back on the podcast before too long.
Sounds good, man.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys having us on.
See ya.